So, Alex Pereira won, but not by the way most people were predicting. He actually took a decision and actually came on late to win, which, yeah, that was a bit unexpected, but he clearly won, by the way. I've seen a lot of people saying robbery, but I don't think this was a robbery. I think that for Alex Pereira clearly won. Like, he did so much more damage than Jan Blachowicz. I get Jan got his takedowns off. Okay, wait, let me start off. The first round, Jan clearly won. But I thought the second round, Alex won with him taking over. Jan didn't really do much with the takedown that he got. And then Pereira was just landing at will. He was hurting him. He was fatiguing. He was slowing down. And in that third round, he clearly won as well. So I don't get why people are saying this is a robbery. It wasn't a robbery at all, in my opinion. But yeah, it was good to we got to see all of Pereira's game in this, which was good. His takedown defense didn't look too bad. Like, as bad as people make it out that he has like some Carlos Condit type takedown defense, but his takedown defense looked really solid in this fight, which was good to see. And yeah, I think he's going to be a problem at this light heavyweight division. His chin looked better. He wasn't getting rocked by any of the shots Jan landed. He was a bit gassed out though, so that may have had something to do with it. But I think the obvious fight to make next is Alex Pereira versus Yuri Prohaska. I think that just makes all of the sense in the world. Johnny Walker's probably going to be fighting Nikita Krylov in a rematch. Magomed Ankalaev's fighting Alexander Rakic at 294 apparently, per rumours. And obviously Jamal Hill has vacated the belt. So, Yuri versus Poltan makes all the sense in the world in my opinion for the championship. And honestly, I think Pereira beats Yuri. I think he does. I think he catches him. Yuri's so hittable. He gets rocked in every fight. I think Pereira catches him with a left hook. That's just my early prediction. Maybe if I look into some more tape. But I don't know. Pereira really impressed me in this fight. He should never have been at middleweight in my opinion. I know he won the belt and everything, but looks so much better as a light heavyweight. Looks a lot healthier as well. I think he's more durable as a light heavyweight as well. I don't think he ever got KO'd in any of his cruiserweight fights when he fought in Glory. So that's another sign that, he was just a lot better in the higher weight classes. Oh, actually light heavyweight, sorry. I didn't realize kickboxing also called a light heavyweight. But yeah. Yeah, he looked really good. I know the fight wasn't the most entertaining, but still he looked a lot more well-rounded. He's growing really quickly, which is good to see. I get he's 36 years old, but I guess at light heavyweight you can wait a bit, Look at Glover. Glover became champ at 43, 42. But yeah, Jiri makes the most sense next for Pereira, but for Jan, I don't know if Jan's retired or not. But if he hasn't, I think Jan should fight the winner of Ryan Spann versus Anthony Smith. I think he wins. Whoever wins that matchup, I think Jan wins that. So yeah, that'd be a good fight for him. I think the elevation also hurt Jan a lot here because he gassed out pretty quickly in this fight, which you can really factor into the altitude. I think he came in later as well. He didn't acclimatize to the altitude. I think Pereira was there for 2 to 3 weeks before the fights, so he obviously acclimatized a lot easier. And Clover would have been having him do rounds. I think he trained at Big Bear. Maybe I'm remembering incorrectly, but I know he probably was training somewhere with a really high altitude. So yeah, no, his cardio looked good. His chin looked good. I don't know, light heavyweight's definitely the division for him. I hope he doesn't go back down to middleweight. He should stay at light heavyweight. But yeah, I'm glad he won because this makes light heavyweight more interesting. I do feel bad for Jan because I like Jan, but I'm glad we didn't have to see Jan get KO'd. So it was a win-win. Get Pereira in the division and Jan didn't get KO'd, so win-win. But yeah, I reckon Jan versus the winner of Smith Spann 2, which I hate that fight, by the way. Nobody wants to see Ryan Spann versus Anthony Smith 2, at all, I don't reckon. I don't want to see that fight. I reckon that fight's stupid. Doesn't make any sense whatsoever, but I mean, what do I know? I'm not the UFC matchmaker, but I don't know, that fight just annoys me on a personal level. I find it Like, I find that to be disrespectful. Like, the fight just annoys me that much. It's like, we've seen them fight. Like, light heavyweight doesn't have many fighters. Do some, like, fresh matchups, for fuck's sake. Like, it's not like Anthony Smith's going to be fighting for much longer. Why waste him doing a rematch? Unless they're just trying to build Ryan Spann up because they think he can beat Smith this time. Or they're trying to get Smith a win because he already beat Spann. I don't know. I don't understand the logic behind the rematch, but the UFC's going to UFC. But, yeah, you got to do Jan versus that winner of that fight. Yeah, there was a interesting co-main event. Not as entertaining as people were expecting, but still good performance by Alex Pereira, especially at altitude as well. It was really good to see that he can put on like a decent pace even at high altitude. So I reckon Alex Pereira is the next light heavyweight champion. If he fights Jiri, if he fights like Magomed Ankalaev, he might lose that. I know Ankalaev is a striker, but he does have a grappling background as well. And we've seen him just take down Jan. But I don't know, interesting. That's how I can describe this fight. Like, not entertaining, not horrible, just interesting. We really learnt a lot about Alex Pereira, light heavyweight, I reckon. He's a big boy too, eh? 103 kilos he weighed right after the weigh-ins. Well, maybe not right after, but a few hours after the weigh-ins. And I'm sure he got a bit higher up as well in weight. So he's probably like 104, 105 kilos, which is crazy. I feel like we might actually see Alex Pereira at heavyweight one day. God, he wouldn't beat John Jones though, but like imagine Alex Pereira versus like Sergey Pavlovich though. Like, that'd be interesting, I reckon. Like, I don't know, there's a chance we could see Alex Pereira contesting at heavyweight. I'm not saying he'll become champion or anything. If there's like a wrestler's champion, then he's like fucked. But if it's like, if there's like a striker as the heavyweight champion, like he has a chance to get like a second belt or a third belt, I should say. Like, but no, there's a lot of if, buts, and maybes in that because you never know what's going to happen in the UFC. But yeah, I guess I'll leave it there. Interesting. That's all I'm going to say. Interesting fight, but it was good to learn a bit more about Alex Pereira, especially at that weight division. More durable, good takedown defense. Get-ups or work in progress. He also he could have got a guillotine in the first round. Like, he could have cranked that. I'm not saying he would have definitely got it, but like he could have actually maybe got it, but he didn't go for it too much. It was probably smart. Didn't want to burn out his arms or anything, especially the altitude. But yeah, we learned a lot about him. I feel like if he keeps training with Glover, which he will, he's going to improve more and more. So depending on when the Jiri fight is, we could see an even more improved Alex. It's also good he didn't get KO'd after that Izzy fight. So yeah, thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe.